So let yourself just relax here for a moment. This is almost like the best point of class when you just get to lay down. Feel those back muscles start to open up, start to relax. It's like this moment of anticipation and excitement, just because we know that aerial makes us feel so awesome. It's like it almost doesn't matter what we do in class because it just gets the body so good. And so as we are relaxing and breathing here, the word that I was thinking of this morning is playfulness. So often we take life so seriously, and even in yoga classes where there doesn't have to be a sense of seriousness, it tends to be what I notice in a lot of classes. That sense of, am I doing this right? Does my body look good? Instead of just being playful and listening to the body, sometimes taking just the slightest shift that nobody else could even see, and suddenly your pose is so much deeper. So my invitation today, let's play around with a sense of, playfulness. Let's return back to that childlike quality where maybe we're not even doing it perfectly at all, but we're really listening within, we're exploring, and in the process, we're discovering things about our system. And so that's the word that I wanted us to take on today. So with that idea, let's take some of our nice initial stretches. Let's begin to extend arms to the back wall. And moving at your own natural pace, let the shoulders go a little bit to the right. Shoulders a little bit to the left. Sometimes I'll even move with the breath. A nice exhale each time I'm squeezing myself to the one side. Good. So when you feel ready to return through center, let us take right knee into chest. Give that knee a good hug, pull it in. Sometimes the foot's tight, you can give it a couple of nice little circles. I love it when I can get some of those cracks and snaps and pops out already. So when you're ready, let this leg reach up to sky. Grab on, pull it in. Give that hamstring another breath. Deep flow in. Nice relaxing exhale. Hook the right heel to back left part. Slide the shin in, check in with the hip for a moment, just like a pigeon pose. I love touching on these major muscle groups of the body to get ourselves started. Let's take one more breath here. Deep inhale. Nice exhale. Free out the leg, drop it down. Left knee comes into chest, give it a nice hug. Maybe some ankle rolls. It's welcome to reach up to sky when you're ready. Hamstrings, getting that huge stretch. For me, this first one's always like a good wake up. It's like, hello, let's all join the party. Let's all be working together. Good. Take another breath, let it flow in and out. And last one is that pigeon pose. So hook left heel to the back right part. Once it's hooked, slide the shin. Let's be right here. One more huge breath to flow in and out. Good. Releasing it. Drop it all the way down. Peek just the head and the very tops of the shoulders out of the fabric. Let the hands come together, straight arms, but hands are in prayer position. And then start to point those prayer position arms to the back wall. Because head and shoulder are out, this gives just a little bit of freedom to have a slight back bend, nothing too deep yet. Just take one more breath here, huge inhale. Nice exhale. Head comes up, hands grab the fabric, take the feet free off the front or sitting up. Hands on this back end, slide the thumbs down. This helps push the fabric a little bit lower to about where pants are. That's fine. So lean back like a tabletop, hands grip back on. Wide legs, backwards, wrap the ankles. As we're hanging upside down, let's start with 5 little crunches. Hands behind the head. Take an inhale. Exhale, crunch up as high as you can. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Now just breathe. Let the muscles of the body relax. Give the spine a little bit of time. If the neck has tightness, let it shake a little bit, left and right. If the shoulders have tightness, maybe clasp hands behind the back to let them open. Got options, and don't ever feel pressure to stay as long as anybody else. Giving the head another breath. Make sure that we've got plenty of oxygen. The blood is flipping back around. So from here, grabbing onto the fabric facing to front door. Your right leg will straighten out in front of you. And your left hand slides as far down that leg as you can. So you might wrap it around the calf to hold it out. Might be sliding clear onto the foot and then lifting the leg up a little bit. The hand that's grabbing onto the fabric can either stay, it can open up behind you, or it can grab the fabric. Good. Let's be here. Another huge breath. Let it flow in. Let it exhale. Release. Drop it down. And we're bunching up fabric to the back door. time it's the left leg that straightens out. Right hand works its way maybe to the calf or maybe to the foot. The leg lifts up if you grab that foot. You can keep the hand on the fabric in front of you. You can open it to the back wall, or you can circle it back in the head. Another inhale. Nice exhale. Start to release. Return to face all the way forward, arms behind. So I'm going to show something really quick. This is how we can wind our legs to rise up really high. I'm showing it now because later in class we're going to do it from a slightly different position. And there's a whole sequence we're going to try to build off of it if we're feeling ready for that. So it's the same steps to get to the inversion as before, but once we've wrapped the legs, we make sure the feet are really tightly wound in. When we grab our hands above where the legs are, we need to bend the knees inside. So from here, it's just a game of walking the hands up and pulling yourself up here. At this spot, you'll point the elbows forward, then grip over the shoulders, and we'll take a little back bend. Once we've done the back bend, we'll just work ourselves backward exactly how we came to head out. Okay? So thumbs push down behind, lean back, wide the legs, grip up above where the feet are, and then it's that bending of the knees that helps you rise up. Good, so grab Rosemary above where the feet are, good. Walk all the way up, good. Bend your knees to send the legs through, yep, and then, just like that, and then keep on walking higher, yep. Doing awesome. Elbows point forward as if the thumbs down, grip over your shoulders. And you get to choose how long to be in this bow pose. Bow pose. So you still got the arms behind, keeping it right on the inside. Yeah, that'll let your spine just do that huge arch. Good. So like I said, you choose how long to stay. When you're ready to go back, just head backwards again. Step by step, hand grip by hand grip. Good. So there'll be something similar we'll work on later, and it's really the climbing I wanted you to practice. Good, so if you want 2 or 3 more breaths upside down, take it. When you're ready to be back up, take a floating child. So you're gripping too high, grip to the spot by your inner knees. Yeah, and then you'll just have to unwind your hands from where your legs are. That's it. There, and then you can pop up. Oh, good. Floating child is hooking elbows. Just send the head and the shoulders through. Give that neck a couple of nice little easy cycles. We can already sense that kind of playfulness, that fun trying of awesome poses that we can do in aerial. And you can even sense that nice massage we got all around those thighs. So healthy for the circulation there. So sitting back up, let's bunch up both hands on the fabric that points you to the center of room. Once you've got it bunched up, walk the arms straight. That creates some space to swing that leg up and over. Good. What I want to do here is a huge hamstring stretch. This is one of my favorites. It's like we're folding up like a little taco. So one hand takes a stop sign signal. Push that hand to the fabric directly in front of your face. When you've got that in place, that is holding the spot where your opposite foot is going to go. So grab your other hand to the other foot to swing it up. Once you've got one foot up, the other foot just has to join next to it. And just slowly straighten the legs up as much as hamstrings can handle. Good. If you're rocking a little bit too much, you can kind of lean back and open up for a second. That'll help calm it. And then just relax the muscle groups. I know that center spot will hold it. Any other spot will fall open. Good. So feel how it is to not be quite so tense and rigid. That sense of playfulness brings us to kind of like a softness in the body, where it's like we don't have to kind of force ourselves deeper, but we just kind of relax. By relaxing, the muscles naturally will just kind of melt toward us a little bit deeper. So give it a couple more breaths. And we're going to turn this into cobbler's pose. So bottoms of the feet come together, start sliding the heels close into the pelvis. You get to choose how deep the heels slide in. You get to choose if you're actively pushing the thighs open or just letting them relax. I just love being hugged into the shape like this. Enjoy being here. About 3 more breaths. Whenever your 3rd breath finishes, start to let both feet go free to the mirror side. Shift left and right a couple of times to face back forward. Good. I just love vampire, so let's take a couple of breaths with it. The fabric that's behind us, we take a good thin layer, completely covering shoulders. And then elbows are like chicken wings to take all the excess fabric to the waist. When we lay back, start stepping the feet in, lift the hips up so that excess fabric has a chance to move down to the feet. You got it. So it's still enough to completely cover shoulders, it's safe. Then hands grip up high, left and right. Feet pike up to sky. And then the feet press out into that inside of the fabric. By feet pushing out, we can rise up. Push into the fabric to release. You got it. I won't necessarily go over any variations with vampire today, but if you know any, you're welcome to play with them. teaches you where balance is. Okay, so resting in the Shavasana. Give the head a little bit of time. You can take the head back in. You could just hold the head with the hands, or you could work your way up to sit again, floating child. Deep, slow breaths help our recovery. Just enjoy another huge breath, let it flow in, out. And sitting up, let's grab onto the fabric, lift the hips up and out. We're gonna circle the hands above the head once and twice before we grip on. Yeah, you got it. We all have the right direction. Perfect, so start to tilt the body forward for that huge back bend. And let the hips start to go to one side, a huge lateral lean. Pull the spine backwards, length through the spine. And circle through the other side to go forward. Let's go in that same direction one more time, a little bit quicker. Good, just lots of loosening. So I'm coming back up to the feet, wiggle the fingers out, do a little break before we take the second side. Good. So when you grip back on, arch forward, and start the circle slowly to the other side. Huge lateral lean. Really let the spine sink backwards to the space behind you. Just finish the circle. And take a nice faster circle. Coming back up. Free out the hands. Step forward, free of the fabric. And just like as if we're about to head into it, wave it out again. But this time when we slide into it, it's pretty much just getting us enough to slide our glutes in. So we're not doing the 5 grips, it's just enough to get in. Good. So once we're inside, the fabric that's behind you, flip it up over your head and forward. And continue to get all that excess such that you can get both heels into the fabric in front of you. And this brings you into a little forward fold. So just give the spine a chance to relax. More breaths right here. So after the 3 breaths, the idea of this next pose is we're gonna keep the upper body in the part that we're sitting in, but the butt is gonna hang out, the feet just stay how they are. So I kind of start this off by getting my elbows and my shoulders inside, And it's kind of a funky process. So if you ever want more safety, you can just step one foot to the ground so you've got some support as you're transitioning. But the idea is eventually we have to work the glute out, but keep the shoulders in. So again, you can step one foot to floor if you need it for safety. Yep, that's where your shoulders are going to end up. Yep, nothing wrong with using a foot on the floor, and then just once you've got your shoulders caught, step it back in. Beautiful. So this is a chance to really let the spine drop. So try not to engage any abdomen stuff. That would make us lift it up away from it. Instead of resisting, try to just relax the hips down. Keep the shoulders completely inside though, so if you're falling out, step a foot down so you can wiggle it back in. Rosemary, you're a little bit slipping out, so if you feel like you want more, yeah, there you go. I kind of keep my elbows to push some pressure against it. So from here, right foot slides out. Let's just lift it up and down 3 times. 3, 2, 1. A little bit of strengthening. Now bend the right knee and just cross over the body. A nice little slide. Good. Just head it back in. If shoulders are popping out at all, slip it back into safety. And left leg comes out. Lift up and down. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, twist the torso. I guess twist the hips. Good. Unwind, both feet in. Give it 2 or 3 more breaths to just drop the weight of the hips down. Good. Then a tight grip of each hand on each side as we slowly slip the upper body out, lowering ourselves to the ground. Keep a hold of that back into the fabric so that you can end up with 1 foot on each end. So you've got 1 foot where it was, 1 foot where the upper body was. You got it. So as we're laying on our back, hands on the floor by our hips, the cycle that we're going to do goes like this. We lift up to bridge pose, so both heels push into the ground, inner thighs are squeezing together. Once we're in that lifted position, widen both legs away from one another. You kind of have to keep pressure into the fabric, and then squeeze inner thighs together again, roll the spine back to the earth. So it's almost like an exaggerated scissors. Let's do it again. Hips lift off the ground, hold in that plank, and then legs go wide, together, roll the spine down. Take another 5, lifting up, legs wide, together, down, 4, and 3, 2, last one, beautiful. So from here, right leg will come straight directly toward the body, grab onto it, a little hamstring stretch. Let that straight right leg tilt to about a 45-degree angle to the left. This starts to ease us into IT band and outer hip. And those muscles that we needed to do that scissor action. And then you can either keep the leg straight or let it bend at this point as you continue to sink deeper into it. So hips back to floor. This right leg can come into either side. It can either go into the original side or just step in where the left is because it's easier. And then this left leg comes toward us. Give it the hamstring moment, pull the straight leg in. Leg tilts to about the 45-degree angle, outer thigh, outer hip starting to stretch. Leg either stays straight or bends to take a deeper twist. Good. So ease out of it. Both feet come to the floor. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Just rock the low back for a couple of breaths. And then roll our way up to a seated place. From here, let's get the fabric to be a little bit more bunched up. And then prayer position, hands dive through the fabric. Just from an easy seated place. Let the upper body lean forward, spine getting pulled to a nice straight long angle. And rising back up. These prayer position hands, the thumbs flip down. Scoop the hands toward your face. Flip all the way up. And separate about as wide as your wrists before you grip on. Or sorry, as wide as your shoulders before you grip on. From here, from this cross leg shape, we'll either do pull-ups where our feet stay on the ground, or pull-ups where we lift up, and then the feet also lift up and down. So you choose based on just how you feel today. Let's try to go for 5. 4. 3. Especially be cautious about the lowering. We tend to just like release. So see if you can go a little bit slower. 2. Last one, you're doing awesome. Oh, amazing, I saw that. You guys are doing awesome. So walk yourself backwards, take a step up. Flip the wrists out. Need a little water break, it's a good moment. Okay. So a couple little standing stretches before we head into some fun things. So let's take our right ankle inside. So stretching hamstrings, so depending on how the hamstrings feel, we're either sliding down or sliding up to take a split. Weight of the body over standing leg. Left hand grabs right side. Right hand opens up behind. Good. So right hand grips left side. And then our standing toes turn to the left side until we're facing all the way to the back wall, the knees bent. Ankles caught. From there, grip over each shoulder, take a little hop back. That's just a quad stretch. So lean backwards into the fabric. If the knee points down, your quad should be really opening nicely. Weight over standing legs, slide the hands up. Try to straighten both legs as much as you can, sinking some weight back. Another split action. Good. Weight over standing leg. We're going to turn through the same side we just turned through to get ourselves all the way facing forward again. Good. And one more before we switch sides. Cover the whole thigh space up. Dive the arms through the center. We're getting a quad stretch for the leg that's been our standing leg. So either one hand or both hands try to go to that foot. If you don't pull the quad stretch, pull the knee back. Inhale, nice exhale, drop it down, free the shoulders, and step the left ankle all the way in. So either heart down or hands up for splits. Like, hello, good muscles are waking you up. Okay, over standing leg. Right hand grabs left, left hand twist. And when we return, left hand grabs right. Bending toes go through the right. Grip over each shoulder, a little hop back. Quad stretch, lean backward into fabric. Weight over standing leg. Hands slide up. And straighten the leg and the fabric back. Your weight into it just a little bit, like a split. Good. And more inhale. Exhale, weight over standing leg, and you bend. Return all the way to face forward, ankles still there. And we'll slip it to thigh, we're covering up the entirety of it. Dive the shoulders through. And then quad stretch for the back. Take another good inhale. Good exhale. Start to release. Safely free out shoulders and free out leg. Good. So the sequence we're building up uses a lot of those quad stretch things. So that's why I wanted to make sure that we're getting those quads warmed up a little bit. So the last little puzzle piece we need to put together is just reminding our body how to do straddle back inversion, because that's how this little sequence will start. So we're gonna take normal straddle back. We'll give it about 5 breaths or so. So not the full time just to drop, but just enough to remind ourselves. So the thumbs push the fabric to about where the sacrum is. It's active. One foot steps up back. Bending the knees, start to lean your weight into that spot where the fabric is. 2 or 3 baby steps forward takes us under the plumb line. And then hands up, knees wide. Drop the ankles, drop the spine, just 5 or 6 breaths. Just reminding our body where this is supposed to be. start to grip up onto the fabric. Slowly unwind the legs, using our core to slowly head out. Good, and go ahead and lean back while I show you where we're headed next. That way you have a visualization. So for this one, I'll face you so you can see what I'm doing, but then when I'm doing it again, I'll face the other way so you can just copy me. So the idea here, start off exactly what we just did, and then once you're here, just like before, we grip above where the feet are, we squeeze the knees to the center, we come all the way up, and then what we're gonna do to get to those quad stretches I promised, both hands grip on right side, we release until the right knee catches us. From here, take quad stretch, winding, opposite hand quad stretch like a twist. And then we'll head out, okay? Mm-hmm. So let me face with you. I know, just one step at a time. Just one step, it's okay, yeah. So to get you to face the mirror in Vitruvian Man, I'll need you to be, let me think. I'll need you to face exactly how you're facing. I was like, my brain just has to catch it, so. Okay, so fabric there, one step back, and the knees, baby steps to take us into plank so we're not rocking. The knees swing wide, wrap the ankles, grab above where the feet are. Run walking up until it's wide. Remember, this is a deep massage, so this is where we head immediately to where we're going. Okay, so we're up, hands on the right pole. You're gonna dive your shoulders to the right side, and it's your right knee that's gonna catch both parts of the fabric. Yep. Good. So leave the right hand up high. If you need to just go backwards, that's okay. But leave your right hand up high. Left hand tries to grab for the quad stretch. Awesome. Good. And then grip the left hand on the left strand. You're facing back forward. The right hand can take the quad stretch. The other way, it's like a twist. Good. Okay. Let's lean back, get both feet reset. Just give your hands a little break. A couple of wiggles. Okay, we got another side we're gonna try if you wanna try. Okay, so first step. Yep, both ankles are wound. Do a crunch, grip up above where the feet are. Squeeze the knees into the middle. Go all the way up, Vitruvian Man. Grabbing left side. Yeah. Okay, so from left side, start to dive your shoulders. Left knee catches both strands. Leave left hand up high, right hand grabs the bottom foot. Good. And right hand grabs up high, left hand grabs the bottom foot for the twist. Good. As you lean back, get both feet wound, just let the spine relax. Good. So if you want a little bit more time with this inversion, you've got the time for it. In fact, after what we've just done, it's easy to go to chandelier. So chandelier, we keep it here. The right leg opens up, then points to the mirror side, the front of the room. Bending the knee, one or both hands grabs that foot. So super similar to what we've been practicing already. All the way to the back before you get it. Yep. Good. And when you've done a little bit of time for right leg, you can do a little bit of time for left leg. Maybe 3 or 4 more breaths until you feel ready to head out. Have some time, just lean back, stargazer. You did amazing. Just notice how the playful attitude really does help. It takes the stress out of it. And it's like, if I don't even get it today, it's awesome. We're good. We're having fun. If we get it today, it's like, yes, that was amazing. Friendly things. So from here, let's begin to walk ourselves forward. Kind of like when we had our feet caught in the fabric, just release the abdominal effort so the hips can just drop down. Get the right knee crossing over left, kind of like eagle's pose. And then as you tilt your body to the left, the right foot plants, bottom leg straightens, and just feel that nice spinal twist as the torso tries to return to face forward. Sometimes I'll even open my arms just to feel that good spinal twist. Good. Slowly unwind back to the chair, sitting down, no abdominal effort. Left knee crosses over. Slowly tilt to the right. Bottom leg straightens out. The arms open to help the spine continue to face forward. Torso. Good. So gripping on for a moment. Unwind. Softly get the knees underneath the body. And as the heart arches up, the arms open back. It's like a supported camel pose. Circle the hands up to sky. Bring yourself out. Coming your own weight over your own body. Now set the hips back to the feet. Your head is behind fabric. We're going to work to extended fish pose. So I like to grip up a bit higher. And then leaning back. If I want more, then I slip a little bit further. Good. So let's lift. Keep the grip hard, so strong. As the hips lift up to the sky, feel that fish lifting higher. Arm strength pulls us upright. Hips stay, upper body goes forward, puppy. The heart dip down. Hips drop back to the heels, child pose. Exaggerate the spine, lifting up to sky. Slowly go through all those again. Torso up. Bring my grip. We start to lower back. Hips lift up. Huge arch to the spine. Arm strength brings us up to the camel. Hips stay, puppy pose. To child pose. Releasing your hands to the floor. Lock the hands off the left side of the mat. Turn off the right side of the mat. Bring a center, another breath or so. Easy back up. Good. So this is a chance for us to listen to our bodies. Does our body feel like it wants a grounded shavasana today, just laying on the floor? Does it want a floating shavasana? If it wants floating, go ahead and head on the inside. legs like how we started class. Want to be on the ground today, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's just how the body wants balance. Before we completely relax in Shavasana, we'll do something a little silly. Be playful with it. So the idea is just taking a huge inhale, and then on the exhale, you have to make kind of a funny laugh, like ha, 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 ha. You have to do that 5 times. So take a huge inhale together. Let it go 5 times. Ha, 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 ha. Do it again. Ha, 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 ha. Do twice more. Ha, 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 ha. Once. Ha, 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 ha. Just kind of feel maybe that brought a little smile. Just feel the body a little bit happier. Just feeling good from all the playful stuff we've done. Now it's a chance just to relax. Let the body receive and enjoy. Begin to take good deep breaths in. Nice exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body, fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like you're waking up first thing in the morning. Maybe some wiggles left and right, the ribs. Maybe taking a fetal position, one hip stacking on top of the other hip. Stepping in like a tight little ball and then arching the spine all the way back. Then 2 or 3 to one side. We can switch. To keep the spine in good balance. Everything feels good. Back to presence with this moment. Let's begin to head up toward a comfortable seated place. Hands at our heart, we return back to that idea of playfulness. We recognize that we don't have to take things quite so seriously all the time. There's times and places for it. But we can also smile, we can have fun, we can try new things. In that way, we return to that sense of curiosity like we had as a child, that sense of maybe not knowing everything about the world, but being ready to learn a little bit more. And so with that idea of playfulness to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time that we shared together with a sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.